3 hours into it, probably something like that. Obviously, if you know me and you know how I like Survivor Horror, you know I like the game. But I'll talk more about that in a few minutes. The drink I'll be reviewing is Airhead Soda Blue Raspberry. I found this at a place in Myrtle Beach. We're in Myrtle Beach over the weekend. I talked about this. But it was like sugar and ice cream or something. I forget what the place is called. But they had the Airhead Soda, and I've been told about the Airhead Soda in the past, like a while back. I'm pretty sure I've never done an Airhead Soda. Of course, I could be wrong. I know I've done the Warheads ones that I found at the Dollar Trees here and also in New York. But I'm pretty sure I've never done Airheads. I mean, the thing was $5. They had 3 different flavors, I believe. This one, I feel like I'd like the most. I'm hoping it's not too fucked because I grabbed it and we were out for the day, and then we went to Medieval Times and what is it, Broadway? Shops at Broadway. It's got like a little amusement park, all types of shit there. The Ripley's Aquarium. It's a giant kind of area, hotels and stuff, all types of shops. Speedboat rides. I fed the fish. You know, there's fish hanging out in these kind of like this little water area they have in the middle, and you can buy things of food. I'm like, I'm gonna give these fish some food. They're all like there waiting for the food. They know. You gotta drop it down to them. They're just like going nuts. But anyway, it got warm in the car because it was hot out, and then I got it in the fridge. So I'm hoping it wasn't affected. It smells good. Yeah, that's good. Blue raspberry and any kind of like orange cream or grape. Forget it. 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. Tines, did I say? 9 times out of 10. I'm gonna like it. It's good. It's got a good blue raspberry taste. I guess it's tasting like an Airhead blue raspberry. I've not had Airheads in a while. They have the gum, and I don't find the Airheads a lot in stores. At least traditional Airheads. I haven't had them in years. They're the long ones, right? I used to get them from the ice cream truck when I was a kid. And you get them in the convenience stores and whatever. The card shops, as they called them. I don't know where you are in the U.S. This will be specifically for the U.S. Although, hey, if you're anywhere else in the world, let me know. I'm sure you have these. But in the north, you don't see them down here. They would have dedicated card shops where it's just you go in there and it's always 50% off birthday cards, graduation, all types of greeting card type stuff. But they'd always sell a ton of candy as well, and random toys and like figurines and shit. We just called them card shops. I guess you just call them gift card shops. But there was the card shop, you know. You'd get whatever kind of candy and stuff. But you don't see those down here. We have to get our cards from like Dollar Tree, Walmart and stuff. Or like Dollar General, any kind of dollar store. The supermarkets. But let me know wherever you are in the US or Canada or anywhere, actually. Fuck it, anywhere. If you have these, if you call them card shops, we just call them the card shop because most of their stuff was cards, greetings cards, but they had all types of candy. Like there was one I used, and sports cards. Now I'm going to go on a tangent real quickly. Not a tangent, but a little ramble. There was one by King Cullen. I don't know if it's still called. Yes, it's still King Cullen, Massapequa. It was Food Town. It was Edward's Stop and Shop. I used to go to all times where I used to get some sports cards. They'd have like Pokemon related shit in there as well. And other little blind boxes now. Back in the day, they didn't. This is the one I went to most recently, which would have been like 6-7 years ago. But anyway, this is really good. It's got a great blue raspberry taste. I would assume it's just tasting like the Airhead itself, the candy, but either way, it's really good. It's just got a great blue raspberry taste. That's all you need from me, and I'm going to love it, and I do. It's a 9 out of 10. Doesn't hit the full 10 out of 10. I've only given that to a few. But it is really good. 9 out of 10 on this Airhead's soda. It's got a great blue raspberry taste. It's kind of thirst quenching. That's all I really can say. It has the taste I want. I'll continue to drink that. But now, this pile of shit, no, I'm kidding. Obviously, I got this for my birthday. I put in like 3 hours yesterday. I gotta play it. You start off, you're playing as Grace and Leon S. Kennedy. Grace Ashcroft. Now, so she works for the FBI. There's gonna be light spoilers here. I assume anybody who wanted to play this, well, not anybody, but a lot of you probably already have. And this is stuff you would have seen in the trailers anyway. She's working at her desk, and this guy comes in, I guess her boss. I need you to go to the something hotel. I can't remember the name. Something with an M, maybe? No. I forget what it's called. They found another body with the same murder, the same way these other bodies were. She's reluctant. I gotta say, her voice acting is fantastic. Like, it's really good. She's nervous. You know, she's not really too confident with herself. She's scared at some of this shit, understandably. She's new to this. Leon clearly has been through this for 20 plus years now. She's reluctant. She goes, this place is run down. It went to fire. The beginning of this game, in this rundown hotel, it's suffered from a fire. I was like, this is Condemned. It reminded me so much of the beginning of the first Condemned game. And I was like, I need a new Condemned fucking game. It had that feel. Because, hey, you're an FBI agent in that. You're investigating another murder. But you go there. Now, this is where her mother was killed. And you get that flashback scene as well that you play of it happening, and her mother hides something. Stuff goes from there, right? And then the guy, Victor Gideon, grabs you at the end of this. It was he set you up. It was a setup. And then you flash to Leon, and it's literally like 5 minutes earlier. I was like, that's awesome. Because you know movies and games do it too. It'll be like 3 years later. I always want it to be like 3 minutes later. But they should do that in a movie where a guy or girl, whoever it is, goes into the bathroom to take a shit, and it's like 15 minutes later. They come stumbling out like they just went through it. But then you play as Leon, and the dude he sees the dude. It's like intersecting type shit. He sees the dude carrying Grace over his shoulder because he gets the best of her. Now, and he's shooting people with this shit. So this is, I guess, a new type of virus. I can't remember a lot of the Resident Evil shit. What happened at the end of 6? I didn't play every scenario of 6, but I can't remember the stuff. I did play a lot of it. And it's not like 7 and 8 was like the mold stuff. This is like, he shoots these people in the street with it, so all of a sudden they start turning. They're not necessarily, I guess they're kind of zombie-like, but they're not. Because they're still talking and shit. But, yeah. And she's walking through the city. The game looks incredible, by the way. And then Leon tries to get him. But all of a sudden they're coming at him. Leon's got the Requiem, which is his hand cannon. I'm like, holy, really? I started laughing. I was like, you're kidding me? And he's got a little hand axe that he reloads by sharpening it. He has his little blade sharpener. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? He's sharpening. But you can parry with it. Because Grace doesn't really have... well, that beginning part's not really... She fights off a dude. But... it's not combat heavy. And it goes to him... and you fight through the city, you can't get to him. You're fighting through them. These people are now infected. But it was funny because I was telling somebody on Instagram this too. Leon stuff is great. It's the great, like you have, and it tells you in the beginning, it's like, do you play Grace first person, play Leon as third? Makes sense. Because Grace's areas so far from me are creepier. Although it's not as creepy where I'm at now, what I'm doing. Leon's is obviously more action-oriented. It's Leon. And he has something wrong with him. The Victor guy's like Umbrella's curse. Now, I can't remember if something happened to him in one of the ones that I'm forgetting. Or this has happened somewhat recently, I don't know. But I got up to Grace's now. They're taking her blood. I guess they need to do some of their blood. Because this guy is in like I guess it's like a nursing home type thing. I forget what it is. Because Grace is in there, you gotta she gets out of this thing, they're taking her blood. And this is where it's super fucking creepy. You're in first person here. And you could switch, you could play it both in third, I guess, or both in first, I don't know. But there's this, the woman, the giant woman that's stalking you. That, you would have seen that in a trailer. Creepy. Especially because you can't see shit at first. Lights are flickering and stuff. You gotta get a lighter. Although, like 3 times Grace drops something. I'm like, oh, here comes the enemy again. But I get through that part, and then it's back to Leon, who goes to the same place to talk to this guy, and of course shit goes south. I end up with a chainsaw early on. And the thing I was saying to this person on Instagram, Leon's stuff is great, but it feels almost out of place. It's so different than what Grace is doing. Although now with Grace, it's more really old school Resident Evil type shit. Find these things. Oh, you're finding this? You need a fuse, of course. You're getting antique coins to get new stuff. I upgraded my inventory slots because she uses the. You still save on a typewriter, and she's using the storage box because you get a lot of shit. But Leon stuff's fun as shit. But it's so just action-oriented, which is great. But it almost feels so off of what you're doing with Grace. They do a good job of that. It feels a little out of place. I'm not saying it's not great. It just feels so like you're like running away trying to stealth as Grace. You have a stealth attack with this thing you get, I forget what it's called, where it just explodes them. Because the zombies, or whatever they are, I don't know if they're calling them that. I forget if they've called them something. They, I guess they will mutate into something else, as they always do. You know, in the first ones, it's like, you gotta burn them, so you can stealth them. But you want to kind of slip past them. At first, I was like, I gotta slip past these enemies. Because Leon, they intersect. Leon, take this, he gives her the hand cannon, the Requiem. And only had 1 bullet. I think you can make bullets. You can craft stuff in this like the other ones. You're getting parts of shit. Like metal pieces. And then you could take blood. You get this blood thing where you're taking blood. Because I was like coming across buckets of blood. I was like, what the fuck? You get this thing. You can inject it into blood and then into some of the enemies as well. And then you combine and craft that way. And then you have to bring these vials to this analyzing machine. And then when you analyze, you gotta like do this little mini game type thing where you gotta get all the things to be like these red circle things. Kind of like the DNA type thing. But, and then you'll unlock more stuff to craft. But it has such an old, her parts have such an old school. Her parts have the creepy Resident Evil 7 shit to me with the old school Resident Evil. Gotta find this to open this door, you need that and all that. And Leon's has the feel of more of 4 and 5, you know, kicking the shit out of everything. With his axe, you have a light attack, a strong attack, you can parry. He has his melee moves as well. She does also, Grace. She just kind of pushes him over. But I'm to the part where Gideon grabs Leon. And now I've been playing, because they were alternating pretty quickly for a little bit, back and forth, only like a couple of times. And now I've been Grace for a bit now, running around. Big area, it's this big kind of hospital, home, nursing home type thing. They call it something, I'm already forgetting this shit. But I'm doing stuff, exploring new areas. Still avoiding some enemies because I don't want to waste my ammo. Although I have crafted ammo. You're getting your herbs, you're combining them. You know, you have to go run to the storage locker storage box because you got too much shit. Which I like. It's part of the charm of Resident Evil. I'm enjoying it. And there's another. I guess they're experimenting because you come across this little girl that is blind, and it looks exactly like the giant thing that chased you, because that thing was blind. And it was just huge and mutated. So I'm like, I guess they're making these. Because there's another one now chasing me. That's this huge one. That's like stuck in the hall, doorways and stuff. I'm like behind it as it's going down the hall. That's like you can see its ass and shit. I'm laughing as I sneak around the hallway. Pretty creepy. It was definitely creepy in that first part when you first escape your little room as Grace. But it's gotten a little less creepy now, but it has a good sense of fear because there's a lot of zombies. You want to be a little stealthy. And then you have this huge thing fucking all over the place. Which I'll assume there'll be more of. Like I said, I'm early on. I'm really enjoying the shit out of it, though. I mean, I knew I would. I'm a Resident Evil fan. I have not gone back to Raccoon City at any point. Obviously, like I said earlier, but that's what I want to do, my impressions early. I will be doing a gameplay at some point. Maybe later this week. I might keep an earlier save and kind of do that stuff that I've already done. Or I might just do from a part of that, I'm not sure yet. But it's super fun. Graphically looks great. Leon's voice actor's fine. I don't know if he's the same guy. He sounds like the same dude from the other ones, but some of the older. But Grace is really good. Like, her voice acting is fantastic. But Leon's makes more sense because he's like cynical and jaded from this shit because he's been in it so many fucking times. He's doing his quips and stuff. He's being Leon. We all love him. I don't know if it's Hunnigan still, but her voice comes through the PS5 controller. You can turn that off if you want, because she's communicating with him, or it was. It is funny though. I always laugh because they bring in these new kind of bad guys, and they all kind of pale in comparison to Wesker, what Wesker was, you know. But I do like how it's like, oh, Umbrella's cursed. I guess, you know, Umbrella's still kind of a thing. They're the ghost of Umbrella type shit, you know, it's still around. But it's fun. Like I said, it looks great, plays great. In third and first person, it plays great. But it makes complete sense that they want you to play first person as Grace because it's just creepier in first person. And Leon makes sense for third because it's more combat oriented and you're using the axe. You can also throw bottles as Grace to distract enemies. And you're doing puzzles. Like I said, I had to find a pencil to like scrape on this thing to find the code for a thing, you know, the usual. There's safes. You get the little lock picks to unlock simple locks, as always, and all that shit. But like I say, even more so than 7 in Village, Grace's part now in this thing is so old school Resident Evil. You know, you're running past doors, you're like, I can't get in this door. I gotta find this emblem. I gotta find that thing. I gotta find, you know. And I gotta get, you know, the wristlet with the levels so I can get through different doors. I don't know when I'm gonna go back to Leon, I would assume. Fairly soon. I'd probably have to escape as him at some point, too. Because this guy, Gideon's, like, huge. I guess he's been infected, too, but he still has his facilities, his faculties. The other people are, like, just kind of, like, mindless, like, ugh. And they can still talk and shit, but some of them hang out in groups, too. 3 of them are, like, coming down while trying to chase me. But I am really enjoying it. Which, like I said, I knew I would. And I'm glad I ended up getting this, switching to this over Bond First Light, because, not to say I'm not going to enjoy that, because that looks fun as hell, but this is just a different type of game. I like this kind of game more. So I'd rather play through this first. And it was great. Requiem for the Dead, Nightmare for the Living. PS5 Pro Enhanced. In-game purchases. But it's really good. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I don't know who else is going to show up, if any other mainstays happen to pop up. I'll find out, though. It's been out a couple months, but I'm enjoying the shit out of it. I'll do a full review on it once I complete it. But anyway, Resident Evil Requiem impressions here. Really enjoying it so far, but I got probably about 3 hours in. At least it feels like that. And Airhead's Blue Raspberry Soda review, 9 out of 10. It's great. It's blue raspberry taste. I love it. If you like this flavor, you're going to love it. Yeah. Thanks for